Greetings, everyone. This is Psychic Chandler Duan Keir with messages received from the consortium since the last video. It's a new way of thinking that is called for at this time. It is time for the beating of swords into plowshares, transforming the destructive tools of war into constructive tools of peace. It is time for the military-industrial complex across your whole planet to share with humankind their knowledge and understanding of beneficial technologies and energies that will free humankind from servitude and will empower them to work cooperatively with each other. Continuing to divide and conquer, even within political systems, feeds competition and conflict, when what is called for now is cooperation and peace. Soon, all the old animosities will become moot in the enormity of what is to be revealed. We have asked you to give up your labeling and categorizing of human beings, and yet it persists upon your planet. Be the one who stops playing this game with your family members, friends, co-workers, acquaintances, and perfect strangers on the street, and expand this to include even those on the other side of the country and world. Wrap others in an energetic blanket of love emanating from your heart chakra. The more who do this, the more who will be able to do it. Send the scent of roses from the mother to all who weep and mourn. This is not a time of trying to communicate verbally your love for those who cannot hear it. And you must first extend to yourself all that you send to others, for you are the channel of its source, and it must flow through you before it can flow to others. Young men are waking up to the manipulation of their bodies and psyches for the corporate elite and the protection of American interests abroad. The more who wake up, the more those supposedly in power are doubling down on their patriotic propaganda. Soon, the propaganda will become even absurd to those who were tasked to create it, and they will begin walking away from their task in droves and band together in groups of whistleblowers. Young women are finding their power in ceremony and ritual and the claiming and proclaiming of their own divine feminine and her presence within all. The more these circles of women expand and connect with each other, the more unstoppable their energy will be. Honor your old women and ask them to be present with you and speak their wisdom. Wash each other's hands rather than your feet, for you are no longer subscribing to the role of service, but to the role of work, the labor of new birth within each other and throughout the cosmos. Only your path is the right one for you. Encourage and empower others on their individual paths as well. Cooperation is not about everyone being the same. Cooperation is everyone being who they really and truly are and contributing their part to the whole. In your most basic sense, you are a divine spark from the original source of all creation. Light the world aflame with your light and brightness from within. Saving the world is an inside job and must begin with the expansion of yourself beyond your physical body. This will enable you to see that it really isn't about saving your world or even yourselves. It is about the expansion of yourself and your consciousness beyond yourselves and the world. We encourage you to focus on strengthening the healthy emotional bonds you have with others. This means releasing those bonds which are not emotionally healthy for you. In the midst of all the change before you, it is necessary to gather with other emotionally healthy humans who have learned that the most important lesson in all of life is to actually enjoy your life. What is so-called survival without the actual joy of living? Find it now, and it will serve you well as you continue to move through this extraordinary time on earth. The expansion of your life force energy is not for those who are taking no responsibility for the expansion of theirs. It is for you to share with those who are expanding theirs as well, so that together all of you will more easily expand exponentially. Take time for meals together. Take time for playing games. Take time for talking and listening. Take time to celebrate the passages in life and also to celebrate the passages in death. All is a great cycle, and you are a part of it all. Many of you are already aware that the veils between worlds grow thinner at certain times of the year on your planet. But we want to confirm your experiences that this process is no longer a cycle that ebbs and flows throughout a year, but will now be a process continuing in perpetuity. Your experiences of this will begin to increase dramatically, and it is another one of the many reasons it is helpful for you to strengthen the healthy emotional bonds you have with others. Being emotionally healthy and sharing these experiences with other emotionally healthy individuals will bless all those involved and even those who are not. Emotionally unhealthy individuals will drift toward drama and the dark side with these experiences and interpret them as a curse and infect others with their negative energy. We have spoken often that the best thing you can do for yourself and others is to find and follow your own spiritual path. This is a very personal and individual experience, but can be shared with others who are focused on finding and following their own spiritual paths as well. There is no one right way to do this, and this causes some confusion for your primary belief systems. Suffice it to say, when you focus upon the next best steps on your own path, you have less of a tendency to sway upon the paths of others, or let others sway you upon your own. When you shed your body, you will do so according to your own experiences of what you expect to encounter. And then you will learn there is so much more than what you expected. The thinning of the veils will bring more of this to your attention, and you can anticipate it with revelational joy rather than fear. Because your belief systems are still ingrained in the labeling and categorizing of human beings according to what and how they subscribe to a religion, it is best not to share your own beliefs unless asked, and then only share what has been asked of you. Quite frequently, the asking of these questions about what you believe are not in pursuit of information about or from you, but rather are being used for a talking point against which the person asking may try to persuade you otherwise or even attack. It is best at this time to turn the other cheek, so to speak, and say nothing more. As we have just said, this is not a time of trying to communicate verbally your love for those who cannot hear it. It is better to wrap them in an energetic blanket of love emanating from your heart chakra. Please be conscious that the changes you personally are experiencing are also being experienced by others across your whole world. And again, as we have said in the past, it is because your planet, your solar system, your galaxy is entering into a different location in your universe than it has ever been. This location includes new and different vibrational frequencies that are allowing you to expand your experience. And it is also making it more accessible for you to access the experience of others not of your world, so to speak, and for them to access yours. As part of all this, the divine feminine is not only more accessible, but is a pivotal catalyst in your cosmic evolution and the expansion of consciousness throughout the cosmos. It is she who is calling forth your dreams and visions and voices, and who invites you to look through the thinning of the veils. Patriarchal religion has declared her null and void because of this, and threatens those who dare even to approach the veils. She asks you not only to connect directly with the divine, but also to your own divinity. Dare to eat of the fruit of your own divine wisdom, and open your eyes to why it has been declared forbidden to you. Only those who desire control and power over you would desire your ignorance of who you truly are. One who knows who they are in truth will not easily be manipulated by fear and will not get caught up in its hysteria. They will focus on their own path because they know it is why they chose to incarnate, and it is what is most needed at this time, not only for themselves, but for all that there is. Those of us who are working with you from the other vibrational frequencies are lining up on our side of the veil to watch over you and be of assistance. We are but a shift in frequency away and are so enjoying connecting with those of you who are already making the shift. As always, we remind you that we are here to serve and not to be served. We caution you against any who call for your service to them or who in any way see you as less than they see themselves.